Okay, so before I even start this video, I just want to say I am not doing this to bash Raya. I am not doing this to bring Sherry any more problems than have already been caused. As far as this goes with me, yesterday when he made this emergency reschedule, at this point I have to do some damage control here. Which I've been having to do with several of the latest videos. I've not been sleeping. I have been up wild hours. I've been getting messages from people consistently, and it's getting very tiring. I have not consistently called Raya like he claims. I'm not going to go through this entire video. I'm just going to state some points that are incorrect, and it might be hard to check, but if you go to the Juggalo Drama Alert page and you watch the video, you can see I tried to say on there several times that I would never bring physical harm to Sherry nor an infant. And the fact that he says I would harm an infant bothers me a lot. We were already in there having a conversation when Raya came in screaming and raging. At that point, I just woken up from an hour of sleep, no sleep the day before, no sleep the day before that. This is starting to get to my anxiety horribly bad. It is not good for anyone in this situation, nor do I find it funny. But in the few days before this, even bringing up this conversation to Raya, he had threatened to physically beat my ass and break my jaw. I had some children over, and my kids, little boys who have seen domestic violence, live in a bad neighborhood, did not appreciate his comments. There was also things said before he decided to put it public and live on Facebook. It was never meant to be a live public thing. It was a conversation between him and I about him wanting my sister's address, and it just spiraled. Completely out of control. So, here, I'm gonna fast forward a little.
See pinning this motherfucker, man. Kicks it with us. It's pretty
the
dope.
Story of Cherry, but
And some of us have reached out and helped each other. I know your problem. Like, are you serious?
This is it right here. This is the part I want to address.
Really and a couple people caught Jamie. Get to see Trey Pound, suicide, you know, the whole 9 yards. We gonna have.
Okay, he gets into where I guess I was kicked out of Juggernaut for trying to get false information from Cherry. That is not correct. Cherry, you know this. You were messaging me concerned. I'm not going to say about what. I'm not going to put her personal business out there. I don't want to make this worse for her. But she was silenced by Raya to not speak to me once Raya found out that it was me in the chat room, because for a while everyone hid it, as far as I know. I still have the messages. I could show them, my side at least. There was nothing of me trying to pry information or tell her to give false information. I honestly felt at this point that Raya was indeed the father of this child, and that I thought it was terrible that he was not supporting this child. But he gets into here, someone on the phone. This is what I need to clear.
Authorities had to reach out to me on the situation.
Authorities, I don't.
People can threaten me all they want, and I don't really. What the fuck is wrong with this chick? You know what I mean?
It's got to be right before this or right after.
Like, legitimate, like, and I'm like, fuck is wrong with this chick? Jamie. You know what I mean? I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this Jamie bitch? This girl's not like this ghetto ass.
It's right before. It's got to be. I'm sorry.
Jamie today ends up having this dude that she knows.
Here it is.
threatening to go to this chick's work, threatening to go to this chick's house.
Never to her house.
I'm getting phone calls from this girl crying her eyes out, having a fucking breakdown, scared for her life.
Okay, now this is where it spirals out of control. Whoever has watched this video, please go to the Drama Alert page and listen to what the guy says on the phone. His exact words were, "If you fuck with my family and hurt them, I will do it to you." He did not say he was going to hurt Cherry. I repeatedly said over and over, trying to diffuse the situation and the yelling and screaming, that these people I know have the value in them to not hurt a woman or child, no matter what the circumstances are. Never did anyone threaten to touch her baby. They had said they would go up to her job and speak with her regarding this, because she's silenced from speaking to me. But at this point, I don't even care. Like, Cherry, I tried to help you. I can't. CPN is making me out to be like this killing children monster here. Raya, I'm going to tell you this now. I am going to refrain from even letting anything you say upset me from this point forward, because the level taken to now is beyond me. A lot of people might think I say things to him that are inappropriate. He says things to me inappropriate. When he threatened to physically beat me up, he upset a lot of my friends and family outside of this community of people that actually weren't aware that Raya did not live with her in Oklahoma. So when he said Arizona, the guy on the phone actually said, okay, well, then that's not going to work. And he talks over him repeatedly. Bitch ass, N-word this, bitch ass, N-word this. I finally was so breaking down at this point to the point where I was just like, I was asked to come on here to explain what the situation was, why there was drama, and it just turned into me and my friend being berated and screamed at, talked over, to where I am giving this message to Cherry myself. Nobody is going to hurt you, Cherry. There is nobody that I know, myself included, that would ever come after you or your child in a physical manner and hurt you. Now, am I concerned about you being silenced and afraid? Yes, I am. But that is your choice, and there's nothing I can do about that. Raya here tries to do damage control to make himself look like the saint all the time. He's never told me 10,000 times not to call him. He has never gotten text messages from me saying that she was going to be hurt or her baby be killed. The actual thing that I had said to him was, how about we settle this now? How about, since I don't like being harassed by a man and you don't want Cherry brought into this at all, you leave me alone, I leave you alone, Cherry gets left alone, the whole situation just goes away, it's old, it's over, let it go. He said no. That's when I'm like, well, he's threatened to physically harm me. I found out now from some people he knows that he would not do that, even though he's claiming that. So this is my message to her. I apologize. That was not right if you were scared, but my intentions were not to scare you to the point where you thought that you or your child would be hurt, because no baby deserves that, or a mother deserves to be hurt, and these men would never do such a thing. So I sincerely apologize if your feelings were hurt or if you were scared. My whole intent on this whole thing was to prove to Raya that him going after me is causing damage to me and my children, that he does not realize, because I do not show that on the internet all the time. But when he sees it being done to someone else, in even a lesser manner, like people even saying they want to go talk to her to see if she's being silenced, any of that, he has a complete freak out, starts screaming and raging, and then does a show like this that's completely out of context. And you can go listen to it for yourself, like I said, on the Drama Alert Facebook page or Drama Alert YouTube channel. I'm sorry. I'm very tired, actually. So my whole point in this video is to clear the name of the person on the phone. All he kept asking Raya was, he threatened her and her kids. He said he didn't threaten my kids, just me. He said, you don't think that's damaging her children? He said, no. Like, he just didn't care. And at this point, I would appreciate if you would stop. I know you probably won't, and that's fine. Whatever issues you have going on with you that you can't come to a reasonable conclusion, I'm not sure. But Cherry is in no way, shape, or form going to be bothered at her job or hurt. It was more of a scare tactic towards you, and it was no physical threat was ever implicated in this at all. Nothing physical. So that's all I have to say about this. You can watch both videos. You can watch this. You can come to your own conclusion. But Cherry, you have my word and my promise. And I've talked to Maximum about this. He knows that I would never hurt a baby. Never. And nobody I know would ever do such a thing. Never. No one's coming to your house. Honey, I don't even know where you live. Okay? I don't know. I do not know. It is not going to happen. I'm sorry that we cannot be friends anymore because of this. I really did consider you a friend and a nice person. And that's another thing he's making me out to be like I was some fake friends of people. And no, that's not true. I actually did make some. And just because Ryan and I don't get along doesn't mean me and the rest of people can't get along. I wish everybody would stop taking sides in this matter and just stay out of it, because at the end of the day, as much as it's stressing me out, I can see it's actually stressing him out. I don't know if he's putting this on as an actor, if this is real, but I do know a lot of the things he's saying in this video about me are completely false. So I'm setting the record straight here. No man is going to come into your job and threaten you or harass you or even try to talk to you at this point. I have told them. I got off the video, blog, whatever you want to call it, vlog, whatever. And I spoke to them privately. And as mad as they are at him for threatening me, I told them, you are not the problem and you are not the one who did it. And they said it wouldn't matter even if you were, because you are a woman. And they don't do that. They thought Raya was there as well. So I had to set that record straight. But this is people that don't know anything about this. You got to remember, these are people that see these things just because I'm on them and panic. They don't know this man is a person, just like I didn't at first, to take his threats lightly or not. And I still don't know if I should take his threats lightly or not, because he is unhinged. He goes insane. But I am no longer going to entertain Raya, because it seems as though that's exactly what he wants. If he wants to speak to me civilly in a public podcast, that is fine. If he starts to scream and rage at me, I will tell him to politely stop, or I will ignore him and continue on with a better, peaceful, more positive conversation from here on out. I am not going to sit here and argue with somebody who blatantly lies about me hours later. You can go back and look for yourself. All these are recorded. So you guys make your own conclusions. I'm sure I'm going to get it all over for this, but I wanted to make this message clear to Cherry. You were a friend of mine. You were a friend of mine. You can't be anymore. I understand. I'm not going to push it. I'm not going to... I did write you one message explaining this, but I don't know if you got it. Hopefully you get this message from here. And you know that I am very 100% sincere, swearing on my children's lives and my dead parents. I would never have anyone hurt you physically or your child ever, ever. I just threw a fit about Naomi hurting a baby. I would never hurt a baby. And CPN, for you to say that, like you say that I hit a new low, you really just, to trump up and get more views on this, you really just hit a far new low. And I don't know what you're going through in life, but please refrain from lying about me this severe again. This was too severe, especially since you can go back and see it. But like I said, from now on, my interactions with Raya will not be like they have been, because it's legitimately stressing me out to the point of just ridiculousness. So you all have a good day. I wish you nothing but the best, all of you, and hopefully you go check this out and come to your own conclusion. Have a good night.